Greetings. Let's take some deep breaths. Happy Capricorn new moon. Although the moon is currently in Aquarius. The sun is almost exact conjunct Pluto. Just thinking about that for a moment. The moon in Pluto, and now the sun in Pluto. Mercury has passed 8 degrees Aquarius, so Mercury has passed Jupiter at 5 degrees and Saturn at 3 degrees. The moon will be moving over Saturn very soon. Jupiter will be square Uranus. Venus is trine Uranus. So part of my evening ritual is considering where the planets are, and I have this sweeping, bring them back around and send it through Neptune. That's kind of what I'm doing. Because if you'll notice, and I'm looking at astro.com, it's not dentist, but that's how my brain is now, and now I just locked onto it. But everything is kind of down here in this one part of the chart. $19.99, and I was listening to Ann Ortley for this info, so check back for your own charts. I can totally pinpoint for myself. $19.99, Uranus Saturn flipped. Right now we have Uranus in Taurus and Saturn in Aquarius. $19.99, it was Saturn in Taurus, Uranus, and Aquarius. So you can look at those houses in your charts and see the continuation of the cycles and how it can reflect now compared to then. Those are my 4th and 7th houses, so home, family. Anybody who knows me knows what this means. 1999, I was getting married and having a child. Now I'm in my 2.0 of that life. And so we're having this like tension. Yoga would be great for everybody right now. With the Jupiter square Uranus, yoga would be exceptional for everybody. Keeping the channels flowing while expanding. Breathe into it. Looking at my notes, Uranus is going to be going direct very soon. Hold on, where's Mars? Okay, so Mars is at 3 degrees Taurus. Uranus is at 6 degrees Taurus. Mars is going to be moving a little bit faster than Uranus, a lot faster. So, okay, next week. Everybody deep breaths. I personally, this has been trauma inducing. And I don't think I'm an exception to this. Like, I feel like a lot of people are really processing right now. A lot of energy is going on. Plus, a lot of people are really just displaying their insides on the outsides. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay, so this was the coup. The failed coup. Let's hope it's failed. I mean, we're still in the throes of it. Oh my God. The patriarchy is driving me bananas. When I worked with Planned Parenthood, for Planned Parenthood, I worked with a lot of domestic abuse shelters around the Memphis area. This card. Speaking of volumes right now. And so working with those shelters, anybody who's worked with or studied domestic violence or experienced domestic violence, you know getting them out of the house is the most dangerous time. I mean, that's why so many people will just, so many women typically, and trans kids, will just leave with nothing in the middle of the night because that's the safest time. And then rebuilding is, in this system, almost impossible. I experienced it on my own, not physical abuse, but emotional abuse, and basically just, yeah, I'd rather be homeless, unhoused, than live with this person, and that's basically what happened. And so now, I'm rebuilding, highly educated, doesn't matter. It can happen to anyone. So we have our failed coup attempt. I don't want my astro to disappear. So I've been processing a lot of emotions regarding all of this. Plus with the Uranus, I mean, it's sitting on my natal Mercury. There's a lot happening in my own personal chart, and so I'm already overstimmed. And then with the collective energy, yeah, Eight of Swords. So just grounding a lot of this mental energy and this mental transformation, and just like taking a moment from everything or focusing on work. Herbal remedy, herbal supports, scroll the feed. There's some tools that I recommend for people. But yeah. Eight of Swords. So there's transformation happening. Don't spiral in it. And keep banging your head against the wall. See how many times this person has already attempted the same thing, and it's like, ask for help. That was really hard. Asking for help, like from humans, is really hard for me. From some past relationship trauma. So asking another human for help is so hard, because in the past I had people who would hold it against me, or basically use it against me or hold it against me or things like that. And so it's like you don't want to even ask that person for help. So instead of withholding my need for help, I eliminated people in my life who held that quality. And so now I have people in my life who, if I need help with something, getting over that initial barrier of asking for help, and then asking for help is sometimes just the thing to help dissolve the barrier, So that's what I'm working on. And then also asking spirit guides for guidance and help, and, you know, please let my lessons come easy. That's been one that I have started working on, and it actually, not easy in the sense, you know, but like just not so violent. Another thing Anne was mentioning, which I can see how it shows up in my own life, whiplash, and how yoga helped me sustain less injury, because when I was being violently assaulted, you know, I'm still healing through this, but yoga helps so that when it's happening, you can also kind of relax. Your body is not so tense already. So when these energies are moving through, your channels are open. Or more open. It's like a Drano or a snake in Catalini plumbing. But essentially, if you're your emotional plumber, you and your emotional support team are your emotional plumbers and housing support. Property managers. Who are these people? Your team. Yeah, give your team help. Yeah, so Son of Cups and Seven of Cups. So that's some more rejoicing. Like, I was walking back to this space. I had a walk this morning to kind of help ground this energy, Mars Aries natally. So movement is really important. It helps me. Walking is one of my favorite meditations. And so it really helped me move myself into gratitude. Like, I was basically sobbing on my walk back to this space because I saw so many things to be grateful for. And I was just beaming gratitude, and then planting that into the core of Mother Earth and spreading it out like a spider web through my community, my neighborhood, greeting my neighbors with an loving, open, still protected, heart chakra. And it was actually quite wonderful because when I returned to this exact space, all of my neighbors, well, except one who was very missed, two who were very missed, and I'll send them notes. But all of my neighbors, minus my favorites, were out and about in front of the house. Oh my gosh, we almost have quorum. And I was the only one who really laughed. Anyway, happy impeachment. So we're still in the throes of a coup. Next week is going to be incredibly violent. Maybe tense would be a better word. I've been feeling earthquakes, volcanoes. I pray for volcanoes, and rain. And I'm actually rather disappointed that we're having a COVID super bloom and not a wildflower super bloom. Nine of Swords. I want wildflower super blooms and not COVID super blooms, people. Get on board. No more dystopian visioning, please. Okay. Self-care. Build your support team. We have very tense energies coming. Deep breaths. Look where Uranus and Aquarius, or Taurus rather. Uranus also. Yes. Okay, so yeah, please look at your birth charts, everybody. And look where, especially your Aquarius house and your Taurus house. We're not going to have, these are my notes. We're not going to have some fire. I mean, really only the South Node and Chiron are in fire right now. Is Eris still in fire? She might still be in Aries. But otherwise, our personals and externals, minus the sun, Avi, are in air, earth, Neptune is in water. So consider that. Wow, Neptune. Hold it down for us until the moon gets into some water. Yikes! Okay, so yeah, looking at that ephemeris, or today's current planets from astro.com, Chiron, potentially Eris. Eris is not listed on this map. And the South Node are the only thing in fire. So that's a lot of air and earth. Wow. Wow, so yeah, okay. That's certainly that's certainly a lot of things happening, a lot of ideas and feelings, my nervous system. Yeah. Okay, so everybody check where these places are in your chart. Consider how much air and earth is going on and what that means for you. Maybe journaling would be a good activity to kind of help process through feelings. Yoga. There's a lot of things I want to do, but in this COVID world, I am pausing some of my own health regimens. Okay. Things like acupuncture. Self-care, everyone. I am looking at my regimen. Check your birth charts. That's part of learning about yourself. Yeah. It's like the week ahead. Doing your work. Everybody, let's do our work. Self-care, self-love. Extend that out to love thy neighbor. But getting yourself, oh my gosh, yes, breaking through this energy, you have to do the work. Sending everyone Reiki love. Deep breaths. Swirling your crown chakra to filter. And grounding. Take care. Happy impeachment. Happy new Capricorn moon. Yeah, this is a great time to just write everything out.